A calendar group for me has been my lifeline. I just really enjoy getting together every month. It gives me an overview of, well, we always review the prior month. We review what's coming up in, the next month, uh, broken down week by week, and then always like a quarter ahead. Calendar group has benefited me so much. So I was thinking of a couple of examples, and it's one of them is how to put it, like a message you gave me, and I think it applied to my whole year about remembering to be patient. Every time we were together, you would just keep reminding me about it's an important year to just be patient. So much is coming in, be patient. And so many times in my day-to-day life, that comes back to me. Oh, just be patient. The calendar group really grounds me. Um, it validates what I'm experiencing in my day-to-day life also, because it's sometimes you're given kind of like, I wouldn't call it a forewarning, but like a forecast. And then sometimes especially when we review the prior month, it really validates my experience as well. Yes, I've definitely learned numerology language. It is 11/2, is my 11/2 year. Yes, no, I know about my personal year and my life path. I know about the letters of my name, um, when they come around, uh, how many years they last. Again, very validating to learn. So I'm like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. Like what you're describing, and that's been going on since 45. Like, oh, I'm 50 now. Yes, absolutely. That is so. So I've definitely learned the language, and a lot of the language. I always feel like I have purpose in life personally. Not every second of the day. Sometimes we lose that. But with connected with the numerology, like I can't doubt that there's purpose to my existence. How would the numerology line up so much with my day-to-day reality and my overall, like what's happening in my life this year versus last year, and we won't even get into 2020. you know um yeah, it makes so much sense, so it makes my
Wonderful.
existence make a lot of sense too. I definitely feel safe. I feel like you are my homegirl for real. Like we've known each other forever. We haven't even been working with one another for a year yet. I think it was December last year. But oh my gosh, I look forward to our time together so much. Um, it's just such a deep connection. We're on completely different coasts, but it doesn't feel like that when we're together. I always have my cup of coffee, and if I don't have it, you're like, "Do you have your cup of coffee?" Which means like you know me, you know my story, you have seen my growth, you can feed back to me. Um, wow, Branessa, you're showing up so differently than when I first met you. Like, it's amazing to have somebody witness me in this way and be able to express that to me. There's no one else kind of in my world necessarily, not that you're keeping track, but who has that monthly check in point to be able to even see a through line about like what's trending in my life and my confidence level. I definitely feel safe. Yes, calendar group definitely makes me more aware of myself, and like it's actually practical. Like I apply this stuff in my life. So like when I'm in meetings with my team, I'm like, I do feel that I have all this energy. Let me be patient, like Sue said. Let me be patient. Let me be kind. Let me not kind of bulldoze people when I'm in that hyped energy. So it makes a lot of difference in my life. I keep the messages almost like there's a calendar group pocket in my mind of the messages that come forth at the key times when I need them. Um, and it's been very one of the biggest ways it's been useful for me is it's helped me to be kinder to myself, because the ups and downs of my overall life and then my kind of day-to-day life, I wouldn't say like, oh, they're written in the stars, but to know that there's some rhyme and reason in the background of why things are occurring how they are, it helps me to roll with my day-to-day experience and my overall life experience more easily. And when I am becoming impatient or um, things are kind of trending downward, whether it's the day, the moment, the hour, whatever, life has its ups and downs. Um, I have things in my mind through our conversations that help keep me, um, maintaining homeostasis, right? Or I can pat myself on the back, or I could build myself back up. Like, nope, this is just happening, right? I'm definitely eager for my time with Sue every month. Sometimes I wish I could do it twice a month. There's times when there are things that happen exactly like we discussed, and I'm like, Sue, I need to talk to you. I want to tell you how it all went down. So, yes, I see Sue as a friend of mine, as someone who, it's amazing how someone could be so intimately involved in your life, but they're not actually, in your physical world. That's what I get from our calendar groups. Someone to talk to, someone to hear me out, um, someone to advise me. And I'm talking like grounded, wise woman type of advising energy. Big hug right now if I was next to her. Oh, yes. I mean, the calendar group is so inexpensive. It's like it's a gold mine. And sometimes I'm like, does she know how much she's charging? Because this people charge so much for this type of experience. Like, how do you not do a calendar group?
Yeah.
As I tell my friends, it's only, come on. So yes, I encourage everyone to do a calendar group. Um, Maybe the title doesn't give enough information about like what is really involved. So I just say try a calendar group, and then you'll know for yourself what is involved in a calendar group. It is such an experience. It is, I don't know, it's just my monthly dose of good. That's like a box, some gift wrapped inside of a box, but it's just a brown box. Like you just don't know what's inside
Right.
the calendar
Right.
group inside, and you're like, oh wow.
Yeah.
And it's
You just
hard to
gotta
even put
try
it
it.
into words because I try to get my girlfriends to join, and they trust me, but everybody's busy.
Yeah.
If they were the one that experienced you first, they would be, Branessa, you have to do this. They
You
would
have
come,
to tell them the first session is free
but don't
because
they
a
have
lot
to
of
do like a reading with you first?
they should,
Yeah.
but they can sit in. And
Oh, I forget.
I would read their description for that, what was on calendar, what it was on the calendar for last month and
Uh,
this month, just so they could get a feel of it. Because if you don't know, you don't know. And
if
I
you
get
don't know,
that.
you don't know. Yeah.
I get that. So
Okay.
the first session is free.
Okay. I have to remember that they could join me.
Yeah.
Probably have to give up a little bit of my time, but oh, another way that Sue was helpful for me was helping me decide on a date to launch my business too. So there's predictive things available as well. So very valuable.